ask yourself, why am I an artist?
Because I'm a narcissist who constantly needs to be the center of attention.
Good. Now picture the most beautiful thing you can imagine.
What?
Today I want to find out if art can be meditation. I don't know if it's the stress or the depression or realizing adulthood is not a mysterious, fun adventure, but I've been finding myself reaching backwards, spending hours of my time playing Pokemon and watching old movies I've seen 100 times and craving bowls of the greatest cereal on the planet, Frosted Flakes. I don't know if it's the nostalgia of it all that's making me feel comfortable, but I've seen all over the internet Dr. K, Sad Guru telling me meditation is the answer, and you get these guys in Tibet making the most insane meditative art. And so I want to figure out if art can be meditation. But before that, I'm gonna finish this because it's really good. So now that the Frosted Flakes are put away, I'm sure I don't need to tell you that we're painting a Buddha today. In my mind, he is the mascot for meditation and inner peace, and so I want to go with a color palette that's really going to complement that, along with all the gold and saffron colors you get out of the original Buddhist art from India and China. And even doing this in rather sporadic strokes of a pastel stick, it is quite calming. It does kind of force you to slow down and see shapes, but also to get out some of those emotions and kind of let your mind go blank and just focus on one thing and let everything else be those passing thoughts I hear so much about. Really, my last experience with meditation in my mind would be playing Black Myth Wukong, which if you haven't heard of it, you're living under a rock. And if you have, you're probably tired of hearing about it. But it is one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. The environments are incredible. The music is calm and dramatic. I have listened to the soundtrack on repeat since it came out, and I'm pretty sure my girlfriend is sick and tired of hearing it. But the team did an amazing job of making it feel mystical and magical, and there's these moments playing the game where I'd realized I've been absorbed for hours. No phone, no stress, no background thoughts, no thoughts at all, really. Just wandering through forests and temples and fighting rat spirits, which honestly might be some of the most genuine meditation I've done. And really, I don't think meditation needs to be cross-legged on the floor and breathing slow. Maybe it's just that deep focus, that thing that pulls your mind away from the pressure of the world and allows you to relax. And I'm also thinking it might be time for a new game plus. But really, I think that's why hobbies exist in the first place. It's that distraction from the real world, as bad as that sounds. I think that's why people love watching YouTube tutorials of sped up art or let's plays with the greats. It's that way to unplug from all the garbage we deal with and plug into something that's just a little bit more friendly. While we're on the topic of popular hobbies, I have actually never seen anime, which I know on the internet, and especially as someone trying to do art on YouTube, is sacrilege. It's something I've been told I need to look at with a less prestigious lens, and so I'm thinking in the future I might try and absorb myself into that world and see what comes of it, and maybe we'll do that journey together. But I do feel like we're getting somewhere with the face now. It's kind of slowly coming together. I'm still having such a hard time trying to get the pastels to do what I want to do. Sometimes I think about just buying an iPad and making digital art to compensate for my lack of skill and talent, but not that digital art doesn't take skill and talent. I'm just saying I've seen people make incredible art with basically a gum stick, and I am struggling to understand how they do that with so much detail without it turning into mud. But it's been going okay, and practice makes good enough. And similarly to the last video, if you check that out, I really want to try this scraping technique I've seen again. Every Buddha depiction I've seen has him with these round nubs of hair, and so I kind of figured the best way to do that was to put this dark blue over top of that kind of vibrant red I have, and then try and scrape in the detail of these circles to get that look I want, knowing that I won't be able to do it with just layering the pastel on top. I'm sure there's a way to do that. I am just not there yet. So this is me kind of scraping out these little circles. And at first I wasn't too sure about it, but as it kind of comes together and the whole hair piece gets done, I actually do love how it turned out. And as far as meditation goes, this part was probably the best for it. It was so satisfying to just sit there and draw these tiny little circles into this hair and see that color kind of pop through. So I'm glad that worked out. Maybe it might turn out to be a good piece of art. And fun fact, the little fat Buddha statues you see are actually not the Buddha that you typically think of in Buddhism, Gautama Buddha. It is a Buddha, because anyone who achieves enlightenment is a Buddha, but not the Buddha. So there's a fun little religious studies fact you didn't ask for. But with that, I think I'll let you enjoy a little B-roll of me struggling to make this look good, and I'll check back in soon. His robe, I wanted to have a nice blue contrast, and was so focused on that I didn't realize my camera had died. So that's what we're up to there. And just kind of putting in these final details, trying to get this shading and trying to make it a little more lifelike in a way, and trying my best to give him appropriately sized nipples. Not that should be a main concern, but anyways. And with the final touch-ups, it's actually kind of coming together to be a cohesive piece. It's probably one of my favorites I've made so far, and yeah, I don't know, I really enjoyed the process of it. I think the intentions behind why you're making something matter just as much as what you're making. I still stand behind, I think everyone should pick up a medium and make some art, even if it's bad art. But I'm going to finish up the last couple details here and add a little more things just to make it feel a little more lifelike. And with that, I'm going to shut up, and it's time for the glamour shots. So really the only question left is, does art work as meditation? And my honest answer is, yeah, kinda. It was relaxing. It got my mind off everything for a while. It helped me express how I was feeling. It was calming. And did it fix how I was feeling after the fact? No. So tune in next week for our new self-medicating and coping. And until then, thanks for watching to the end, and I'm gonna go catch some more Pokemon.
Bye for now.
やること多すぎ気持ちがいる解き放たれたら気持ちがいいたまには絵で昼間からビール気の合うやつらとミックスありふれた何かをいつも忘れ
You can go. The video's done. See ya.